from International Institute of Hotel Management, New Delhi.
Good evening, everyone. I am Aniket Saxena, a second year student from International Institute of Hotel Management, New Delhi.
Aniket, tell me one thing. Have you ever been to the place called Paradise or not?
Anushka, are you referring and refreshing my memories about Kashmir?
Yes, actually, I have never been to Kashmir.
Oh my god. Like Kashmir is basically Kashmir is basically the heaven on earth, we can say. Like Kashmir, I have ever went. Like Kashmir has cuisine, has evolved. Like, are you serious? Like, you must visit it. It's the most beautiful place I have ever been to. From the scenic views to the culture, and most importantly, the food there. Everything is just amazing, Anushka.
Oh, the Kashmiri food. I have heard a lot about it. So let's discuss about Kashmiri cuisine today.
Yeah, certainly. Kashmiri cuisine, like they have many rich foods, many rich ingredients, the way they use, the way they cook, it's absolutely amazing. Like Kashmiri cuisine has evolved over 100 years. The cuisine was influenced by the culture which arrived with the invasion of different countries from the crossroads of great and famous silk routes in India. There were many different routes. One of the routes would pass through Kashmir, so the Persian influence on food has also been there for the centuries. And to some extent, there are some Tibetan influence, and the locals have their own heritage as well.
Also, I have heard the Kashmiri food is characterized by the vast array of dishes cooked over a long period of time in exotic spices. It is known for slow cooking. People leave their food overnight to cook and to its best and to get the aroma. The seasons and availability of fresh produce dictate the ingredients, some of which are dried and used in winter months. The Kashmiri cuisine is essentially meat based, while the eating habits of the Hindus and Muslims differ in the use of certain spices. There is another aspect to the food habits of Kashmiri Hindus, referred to as Kashmiri Pandits.
Yes, that's so true, Anushka. Like the Kashmiri Pandits are Brahmins, but still they have been meat eaters since the Vedic times. But they do not add onion or garlic to their food. Instead of that, they use hing, like we use in our modern kitchen. Like it's basically used to get the aroma to the food.
Yeah, also Kashmir is also a valley of fruits, hundreds of varieties of delicious fruits like apples, pears, apricots, plums, walnut, pomegranate, and cherries are produced in abundance. Also, one of the most costly spice, saffron, that is basically the dried stigma of crocus flower, is also found in Pampar, a town in Kashmir. You know what? It costs rupees 400 per gram, which
My
is
God.
which is 4 lakhs per kg. And the reason it is so costly is the best quality of saffron is found in India after Europe. But the way it came was through the Silk Route. People brought the seeds of it with them, but they did not use it. But they grew it everywhere. Only place it could grow was Pampa.
Oh, Anushka, 4,000 per gram. I'm absolutely amazed. Like, Anushka, have you heard a very unique thing that is in Kashmir? It's a very famous tourist attraction. You must have heard about it.
What?
Like the floating market. Have you ever heard about it? Like it is basically a market that is set up on shikaras in the Dal Lake. The vegetable cultivators of Dal Lake sail to a place with freshly loaded vegetables. Vendors throng to this market with shikaras laden with vegetables, and the market lasts only a couple of hours from around 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning. Like basically, this market is one of the few places where the barter system is still practiced in India. It accepts contemporary monetary system, and for the tourists and sellers while partially adopting the traditional exchange system with local traders. This market does not encourage selective or partial sales. Instead, it focuses on wholesale sales, tomatoes, carrots, leafy vegetables, and another famed nadru, lotus roots, a delicacy in the Kashmiri Valley. Like basically, these are the things that are among for the sale, all of which were grown in this wetlands diverse ecology. Like this market also produces and sells the very famous Kashmir frame flowers.
Oh wow, how it is so beautiful. How can it not be a tourist attraction? But you know what? A typical breakfast in Kashmir would be the breads with kahwa and sheer chai. Both, uh, both, both of them are famous beverages served all over Kashmir. The staple grain of Kashmir is rice and eaten in many forms, from like zarda pulao in desert and Brian, zarda pulao in desert and in Brian in the as biryani.
Okay. Like what type of biryani? What type of like I have ever been to Kashmir. Like I have heard something about called wasma. So Rishka, can you please brief me or tell me something about our viewers? Like what is wasma?
Basman is basically a banquet, a traditional Kashmiri banquet, which take place, which has 36 dishes, 36 course of menu served in it. And there are the term vaza is basically Vazwan is basically a part of two words, which is vaza, one of which the chefs who cook the vazwan, and van, which is the shop or display of food. People in this there the whole menu is more of a lamb meat, morely made of lamb, and is and in all parts of meat, lamb are used. Here and
Okay. So basically, Anushka, what I'm trying to say, like the spices and all the things that are used in Kashmir. Like Kashmir is like that type of part, like where most of the things you can't get easily. Like in the past few years, in the past few decades, like basically all the things were not get used to it. Like I live in Delhi. Basically, I can order everything I want from Swiggy, from Zomato, and from Blinkit. Like I can get all the things, but look from the perspective of the Kashmiri people, they can't get everything. They have to climb the mountains. They have to go everywhere on the part of the world, and they collect all the spices to make the paste in the summer season also. Because in the winters they can't make any other spices. They can't make any other paste. So in the winters they have to get used to it.
yeah, because of the scarcity of ingredients, the bazaars in Basban use all the ingredients possible, all the parts of lamb possible, and they even because to handle minimize the wastage, they use internal organs of lamb. Like in methi mas they use intestine, and in dhamin yakni they use stomach. And there are many dishes served in this, and they use very different parts of it, like rista. It is basically the meatballs cooked in red gravy, and shank of lamb is used in the preparation. Rogan Josh, it is a mutton braised with gravy with a gravy flavored with ginger and garlic and aromatic spices. Dum ola, we can say it is a Kashmiri dum aloo. And kabab mas, it is marinated ribs cooked and then fried. Dhaniwal korma, it is mutton cooked in yogurt and egg-based gravy. Agosht, it is mutton cooked in milk. Kushtaba, it is the meatballs cooked in white gravy and made with shank of lamb. Jigar the salad, it is another dish which is prepared with the internal organ of lamb, that is the lamb liver and lungs. And many different types of kebabs are also served in it as appetizers.
Wow, Anushka, it's a very interesting tradition there, I must say. Like the Kashmiri people are very famous and the very tradition in their culture. Like since they are serving many different types of preparations of dishes in the one meal only.
Yes, and you know what? The way they serve it is also very unique. They put a white cloth called dastarkhan is spread on the floor, and a large plate called trami is placed between four people to show the equality and harmony between them. Tashtenari is passed around for washing hands with rose scented water, and the appetizers are passed around with breads. Then we place these appetizers are normally made with offals of lamb. Rice is then served, and the meat preparations are served by one on the rice. The last dish served in Gushtaba is dish served in Bazwan is Gushtaba. Once it is served, people know that it is the last course of the menu. The Bazwan is more of an experience than a meal.
There are many special ingredients also, Anushka, I must say, that are used in the Kashmiri cuisines. Like you have heard of nadru. Nadru, that is a lotus stem. The second thing is pran. Pran is basically shallots. There is shangri, that are dried vegetables. Then comes kashnar, which is the buhania flour. Then moal, that is cock's corn flour. Guji, Guji is one of the most expensive mushrooms that are found in Kashmir. Hak, Hak that are green leafy vegetables. Next is sonchal. Sonchal that is a white spinach. And var masala, also known as tikki ka masala, is the paste of different shape in a square and dried in the sun. Basically, this is done during the summer season of the Kashmir. The Kashmiri people, what they do is they collect all the paste of the spices along with the bran and mustard oil and let it dry in square shapes because spices cannot be grown in the winters.
And you know what? Since the cooking style of Kashmir is different, the ingredients are so different from other places. There are many different ingredients also used, like trami. Trami is a plate, brass plate, which we keep between four people in Vazwan, and it basically shows harmony and equality between people. These are the pots made of baked clay and now of copper, which are used by Kashmiri Pandit to make their food. Tashtinar, which is a portable hand wash basin, a pitcher is passed around that during the Vazwan. Goshpar and Kayan, it is the flat horse stone and wooden mallet used for pounding meat. Samovar, it is a shaped metallic pitcher used for brewing tea such as kava and sheer chai.
Wow. Like Anushka, what I feel is we have learned a lot about things in the Kashmiri cuisines, the culture, the food, more from the scenic views, the food and the rich tradition they have. Like they are serving in the Basra or they are serving the 36 cuisines, the 36 dishes are basically placed in just one meal of Basra. That is absolutely brilliant. Four people can eat at one time in the Basra. That is absolutely terrific. What are your views about it?
It is very good, and also you know what, the Kashmiri food we get here in Delhi is totally different from what is served in Vazwans. It is so good. It has it. Majorly the meat is boiled first, and then the rogal is added to every dish on top. Even if it is a veg dish, it has a little bit of mutton stock in it.
Like Anushka, I'll share some of my experiences when I went to Kashmir. Like it was around 4 to 5 years ago. I went to Kashmir. Like basically, I have eaten a basma and I have eaten a basma in Kashmir also and in Delhi also. So like the way you said, the tastes are completely different and the style of cooking is just the same, but the flavors and the aromas that they use is completely different.
That's because everywhere when a cuisine goes to another place, it is more about the changes. There have to be changes according to the palate. Because if a Punjabi eats South Indian, it has to be a little spicy because they don't adjust to their palates. Every person has different palates and different way of cooking it.
Yes, so true, Anushka. So as I was telling you, when I went to Kashmir, more of the scenic views, it's all about the food and the culture. Like people are eating the Kashmiri cuisines from the very past traditions. Like they have a different set of cooking to their own food, and the way it comes, it's absolutely presentable and tasted absolutely brilliant. I must say.
And it is more about the ingredients they use because when you get the organic ingredients, that lotus stem that we get in Kashmir is totally different. The half, the white spinach, everything is very different. So it changes the whole taste and aroma of the dishes.
But Anushka, one thing I can't get over my mind, that is saffron. 400 per gram. It is absolutely mind blowing. It's absolutely brilliant. Like you can estimate it, you can calculate it. It is coming 4 lakhs per kg.
Yes, it is costly because how it is found. We get nearly 5 to 6 stigmas of a flower from a flower, and then it is very tough to cultivate. As in whole India, we have only one place where we can cultivate it.
Yeah, that's so true. And I am a very proud man to say this. Like after Europe, our country is the one that is selling and that is exporting saffron to another countries. Like it is one of a proud thing that we are doing that. So Anushka, I think now we have made everyone quite a bit familiar about what is the Kashmiri cuisine.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back soon with another interesting topic.
Thank you so much everyone for logging in. This is Aniket Saxena signing off with my partner Anushka Mehrotra. Thank you so much.